Let me first welcome Myrna Rhaegar with Art and Innovation Graphics, LLC. Folks, put your hands together for Myrna.
Oh, it's great to be here. I know a lot of these people, a lot of familiar faces. Art and Graphics was a small business that do large things. And I'd like to introduce our new salesperson, Jack Robinson. Would you stand? Jack identifies himself as our token male, which we need. Anyway, the things that we've been doing for a long time are advertising things, brochures, booklets, this sort of thing. Banners, I've been in the banner business for over 34 years, which was Rager Banners. Then we added Art and Graphics, which was Madge Gressley is my partner, and she and I, for 12 years, have been doing Art and Graphics. So we have gone through a number of things that we have done, changed with the times, did new things because you know how fast the things change to get into the digital world. And of course, us older people, it's a lot more difficult. You young people there, you're our new entrepreneurs and you are going to take the future, and that is wonderful. Anyway, the things that we have been doing lately are signage. We've gotten into more of the signage, and signage being up to not the lit signage like some do and do well here, but we do large signage. We have recently done a mural for Pittsburgh Corning. In fact, we've done 2 murals for Pittsburgh Corning. We did a history wall, History of Sedalia, and that has been real successful. They were very pleased. We also did a wall of history of their company. So we've been very proud to be able to do this new thing, and we're quite good at it, frankly. I think we are anyway. They seem to think we were. We also have done a lot of signage for the Missouri State Fair. And they've been kind to come to us for signage, and we have done work on plexiglass, which fits into their signage out at the fairgrounds. So as you can see, I think we can do just about anything. We can do all sorts of things like promotional items. We do promotional items. I don't know if everybody knows that, but we do that. And we have brought brochures to show. There's one that shows the mural that we did for Pittsburgh Corning, and we're talking to others that might want to do the same sort of thing, and so we're excited about that. And as I say, we're a small company that do large things, so size isn't a terribly limiting thing. There are some things that we won't tackle, but we have tackled a lot of things. We do a lot of window signage. This new perf, I don't know if you're familiar with it, goes on your window. You can see out your window, not realizing that there's a sign there. And then when you move outside, here's this huge sign that people can see. So it blocks some of the light so that you're not getting an extra amount of light in your windows, but it also serves as a sign. And I think people really like it that have used it. You know, we've used it several different places. My husband had it on his barber shop, and he wondered when they were going to put the sign up, and because he could still see out the window. And he didn't realize that when he walked out, he had this huge sign on his window. So it's exciting, and we'd like to, if you have a project that you want done, let us bid it. As I say, we can do just about any kind of printing on anything. There are some limits, but we've printed on a lot of things, haven't we, Jack? And so if there's anything that you would like to talk to us and at least let us bid on it, we like brochures, cards, this sort of thing. We do all of that. So as I say, we're kind of going into this new thing as I guess we'd say we're entrepreneurs in this new. We are entrepreneurs. Frankly, 2 little old ladies doing this for some time. So we'd sure like to be able to bid on any of your projects. At least give us an opportunity, you know. So is there any questions? Yes.
Did you bring any pictures of your stuff?
They're over here in these brochures. It shows just about everything we do. We did those banners that are at the depot. Have you seen the colorful banners that we did? As you can see, I don't know if it's there anymore, you can see we like color. And so we did the banners out on the poles in front of the depot. So have you been by, any of you seen those banners at the depot? Very colorful. We do posters. We do large posters as well as the murals. We can do this on things that you can remove if you want. I mean, it doesn't have to be. This other large banner was on a wall, and it was like wallpaper and put on the wall, and we had to bring in a very professional wallpaper to do this. Because there's not a whole lot of people that could work that large and have that large of equipment here in Sedalia. So we try to work here in Sedalia. Every chance we get, we buy from Sedalia. And I'd like to see everybody think Sedalia first before they go somewhere else to get their items. Is there any more questions? Yes.
When you launched the business, what was your biggest barrier to starting the business, and over time, what's been your biggest barrier to growing the business?
I started with another partner that became ill later and had to get out of it. And would you believe that one of the most exciting things that came to us, because we were doing work all over, you know, we did work for universities, a lot of work for table covers and that sort of thing, and banners, street banners, avenue banners, the fax machine. I was so impressed with that fax machine. Can you imagine today anybody being impressed with but that you could send a letter or a sketch or something clear across the United States. Now, it may not have been in color and that sort of thing. Look where we've come, you know, within the 34 years that we've been in business, just what we can do that we couldn't do before. So we've had to learn as we go along, and so that was always a challenge for us getting into the computer age and learning computers, especially for a little old lady like me. Is there anything else? Yes?
Where are you located?
Oh, I'm out in Jorge's has purchased that building that David Curry owned, and I think he's calling it Liberty Park Plaza. Isn't that right? I think it's Liberty Park Plaza. And we were there when we were on Main Street. We sold our building and moved in there when David Curry owned the building, and now Jorge owns that building, and we rent from Jorge. So, and we still finish a lot of banners right there at the business. So all our table covers, we finish them. We have them printed and we finish them there at the office. Mm-hmm. Or studio, whatever you might want to call it. Maybe both. Yes?
So Marta, you may have mentioned it in your presentation, but how long have you been in business?
We started out, as I say, as Rager Banners 34 years ago. Then Madge Gressley, who is my partner, we started the advertising area because we both had experience in that area too, because I worked for Parkhurst for quite a few years. Parkhurst Manufacturing, their children were children in our grade. Jack and I went to school with the Parkhursts and everything. I worked there for about 17 years there. That kind of gives away my age, doesn't it? And then art and graphics have been in business about 12 years.
So it sounds like you've been very flexible and adaptable to what the needs are.
And it has to be, young people, you have to be open-minded and flexible, because what you see now is more than what we ever saw when we started, and it's going to be twice as much when you get older and have your own business. Hopefully you have your own business and are new entrepreneurs.
So in addition to being flexible and adaptable, what other advice would you maybe give some entrepreneurs that are in the room and maybe starting up their business? What advice would you give?
Well, I think, first of all, you're in the right place. You're here at a college, which we're very, very lucky to have and want to keep growing. And so you have the perfect opportunity to grow right here in Sedalia. And keep ahead of what's happening. When you see something new come up, you think, oh gee, that we ought to be doing that. See to it that you're doing that. And we've done that, as we had to. We were forced to. First thing we bought was one of these plotters that they have where you cut the vinyl, and I'm sure all of you have seen that. And we still use that sort of thing. I had my own plotter for a long time. Now we have our people that we have do this for us, and we've found that it's very helpful. We do the design. We're designers, basically. We can put it together, fix it, ready to go, and have our people help us print it or this sort of thing. Because they have to be good. You have to find people that can help you. Don't think you can do it all by yourself, because you can't. That's why we're small but big.
So yeah, you're a small company, so that you contract out then?
We contract our printing, some of it all over some of it on the East Coast. We contract. If we can find anything here in Missouri, we try to always use this. We have printers in Kansas City that do work for us exclusively here in Sedalia,
So mainly printing. Who sets up the wall?
Oh, we do.
Wow.
We do. For instance, now Madge actually put the wall together. I took a bunch of pictures for it of some historical things that we wanted in the historical wall. And Madge is very, very good at putting together things. And I can do a lot of the signage. I do a lot of the signage because I've had the signage like banners. I've done that for such a long time. So I take on most of that usually. And Jack goes out there and tells them what we do. Right, Jack? He's been very good help for us because we have Mary Merritt, who, by the way, is running for city council. She has worked for Parker's for 49 years, and even ran it for a while. So she runs all our books and keeps us in line, right, Jack? So she's our business manager, and she's very good at it. Yes.
In an industry that continues to change, you have roles that want to change. How are you keeping the company ahead of the future change? How are you keeping it relevant today and 5 years?
Well, we really work at it and try to keep up. We're not as proficient in the Facebook area. We do have somebody that kind of handles some of that, but we are going to have to probably get on the ball on some of those, which, like you said, right here at the college, you can get some of that, and maybe we should be here doing that,
Any additional questions? Because I have a last question. You're probably what I'm going to ask you. What can we as a community do for you?
Well, I'd like for you to keep in mind, give us an opportunity to bid a project here in the community. We have people all over that can do this. If we can't do it ourselves, we can help you find the person that can do it. And so try to trade here in your community first and get involved. It's difficult. I tell you, it's difficult for women because we're not a part of the male community. I mean, it just is that way, and we got to live with that. But there are some, like economic development, have got a bunch of us together at times, a bunch of women entrepreneurs and such, or working women in companies that we get to talk to each other and we get to exchange some ideas, and we understand what we all are going through. So it's hard sometimes to get it across what all we do. I mean, as I say, I've got brochures and things over here that kind of tells this, but it's a new world, and most everything is on the computer nowadays, and that's probably our biggest challenge, is learning the computer.
Guys, give Marta a big round.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.